Be the change. This is maybe an encouragement. Hopefully, it'll be an encouragement to find courage and to find the enthusiasm and to find curiosity. I guess curiosity on what it could look like to go within yourself. What would it look like to take a look on not the outside, not the mask, not the ego, but what would it look like behind there? And how can we access that part of ourselves? Most people don't want to access that part of themselves because it's hidden for a reason. And if you feel triggered at any time in this video, then it's a sign that there is something that just was said that is it's a gift. Triggers are gifts. So whenever you feel triggered, ask yourself, why am I feeling triggered by this? And then you look at what was being said and you go within and you try and feel it out and just ask, like, why am I feeling so triggered by this? And then you ask about it, and then you'll find new truths about yourself. And by doing that work, trigger by trigger by trigger, or little by slowly, you're going to be able to release them so that you can live your life without being triggered by little things, or not being swayed by the little things, or not being upset by everything, or overwhelmed so easily, or just you're going to be able to be more calm. You're going to be able to be more centered. You don't have to change a thing what you do in your life, but you will do it with purpose. You will do it with focus, and you will do it with your authentic self because you want to. Because the things that you don't want to do, you don't want to do. Things you want to do, that's the things that you want to keep with your life, in your life. So let's see. I always pray for a message for some kind of healing for us humans down here that would be beneficial for us to know. So let's see. Let's see what's coming out today. A new path. So we have a new path, and this might be the path of going within yourself. It can be the new path of discovering different activities that you can participate in your community. It can be trying to figure out more, maybe learn a little bit more about things that are spiritual or things that you think might help you in your journey. You can pray about this and you will get the answer. Like, what is it that you need? Maybe you'll see a commercial pop up about the thing that you need to do or would be good for you. Maybe you'll see a commercial, someone talks about it or whatever. So whatever you pray about, keep it to yourself and just keep it between you and the Most High. And then set out there, like, what would this new path look like for me? Or what could a new path look like for me that would be for my greatest good and for the greatest good? So you have already cleared karma. And now your soul is leading you to new experiences. All the steps may not seem clear just yet. Continue moving forward and the path will begin to reveal itself. So once you take the first step, the next steps are going to be easier. Maybe not easy, but easier. It's always more challenging to walk your own path and to find your soul's purpose, to find your soul's way is going to be, that's the narrow. Like, that's where nobody else is going to be walking almost, because everybody's, well, I must say everybody, but most people are trapped in the conditions of the society, what they've been trained to think, what they've been trained to do, what they've been trained to, how to approach life, what they're trained to like, what they're trained to dislike, all that stuff. So most people are lost in that matrix. And maybe if you are one of them, there's nothing wrong with it. This is how we've been trained. I was like that too, until my eyes started open and I started to see things for what they really are, not for what I was being fed that it was. So the truth is, yes, it will set you free. The truth will set you free. And so if you're one of the people who are still in that matrix, this is an encouragement for you to, even if it feels triggering, even if it feels like it's scary or whatever, then this new path, this might be what is perfect for you to focus on and pray about and figure out what would be the best path for you to take at this point in time. Intuition. So yeah, intuition versus fear. Connecting to your soul. This is where the communication is going to come from, your intuition. Trust yourself and source. So we have a new path, already talked about it. Like, don't tell anybody about this. Just keep it to yourself and the Most High. However you pray, however you do that, what your ritual looks like is fine. Just ask the Most High that you devote to, and ask about the path. And don't talk to any humans about it, because humans are in need of a lot of healing. Most humans are in need of a lot of healing, and most humans are still unconscious. So if you're trying to ask an unconscious person about how to make a conscious choice in a new path, something that goes within yourself, something that is not advertised on TV, then you are going to get very confusing answers, most likely. So intuition, a new path, we got intuition, and that is indeed very great. So let's see. Got intuition and consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up, so that we can include them in our reality. So this is you changing your consciousness, almost like this is you going from being trapped in the matrix, being trapped in all that rat race and all that stuff, the ambitions and all that competition and the measuring and the measuring of success. If you're better than that, you're going to be happy. If you get all the stuff, you're going to be happy. If you have that million, you're going to be happy. If you have this, you're going to be happy. If you have a new car, you're going to be happy. If you have a nice shirt, you're going to be happy. Maybe you'll be feeling happy for a moment, and that's perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing, there's just like, yeah, that's a great, like, feeling good is good. So maybe, but they will only give you like a joy for like a little bit, and then you're going to get back to your own self again. And so those, the things that they promise you out in the world, things that they promise you that will make you happy, when that happens, you're going to be so happy. When that happens, you're going to be so happy. When that happens, you're going to be so happy. And so the things that we think is going to make us happy is oftentimes not going to make us happy for very long. It's going to last just for a little bit, and then you are back at it, and now you have to go and hunt for the next thing that is going to make you happy. Happiness, though, is something that is from the moment, the present moment. So if you can figure out how to quiet your mind and just be in the stillness, see, that's where you connect with everything, and that's where the joy arises from. When you find that joy that arises from there, you don't need all these other things, and life all of a sudden becomes way more. You can have them if you want them. There's nothing wrong with that. You're going to be joyful as you go and gather the things that you want. You're going to feel happy as you go and gather the things that you want. And in your happiness, you're even going to feel a little bit happier when you got that little thing for a little while, and then you're going to go back to your happiness again. See? So now, if you do the inner work and this new path, this might just be a path that has already always been focused on the outside. I'm going to figure it out. And then now this new path might just be to settle in yourself, closing your eyes, finding the courage to sit down with yourself for a little bit and get to know yourself. It is so important. It's so freaking rewarding. It's so rewarding to do that work. Consciousness, intuition, a new path. Also, like, for we are very usually humans, we are very logical, we are very strategic, logic, painting it out, like the plans that you have, the things that you're going to do, the to-do lists and all that stuff. Very practical. So these are like different aspect of your brain, like the other half of your brain, you say, to be like aware of the consciousness, the awareness that you are a part of that, using your intuition, just being quiet, listening to what your intuition, what comes from within. When does it feel right to do that, or does it feel wrong, or does it feel right to do that? And you're listening to that, and then now you're starting to follow your own path because you're listening to your intuition. And that's you are the only one that you're the only one who has that intuition that's going to tell you these things. So this is like, It doesn't matter where it takes you. It's just like your journey is so special. If you learn to listen to your intuition, and if you can find it within yourself to be mesmerized and excited about this inner journey, you're going to find so many rewards. Impasse. So there's some kind of blockage or something coming up. So this can be the ego too. You know, the ego is very not so very fond about the whole the ego is not very fond about the spiritual journey and the new path, and the intuition and the consciousness is going to crash and clash with the ego, because the ego is like your identity, the tags that you have put onto yourself as a shield to the outside world, and then on the inside of that shield, there you are, the soul. And so this is like ego's going to say don't do it, you can't go through there, no, it's closed. And your intuition, your soul, is going to try and get there all the time. So let's see. And so we have intuition, we got Seven of Wands, we got Chariot, and we got the Knight Swords. Okay, consciousness. Ace of Swords, Six of Swords, and the World. Okay. And then the Impasse. Move over, dude. Ten of Pentacles. The Moon. All right. The Moon and the Hierophant. So, okay, well, intuition, Seven of Wands. So, having to stand up for yourself all the time, having to protect yourself, being defensive, territorial, hypersexual, or angry. So the Seven of Wands, here is someone who is a fighter. If you're like your intuition, like perhaps you've had to protect yourself always, like if you are a spiritual person, or you are a person that is already following your own voice, following the guidance from above, and you do all these things, then yeah, you're going to have quite a few people who are very interested in tripping you over. They're going to try and manipulate you into their direction. They're going to try and do all kinds of things. But I think the first thing that they want to do is to wipe the smile off of your face. So if you have already found that inner joy and the connection to the divine and the connection to the moment, and you are a happy person, or you found that inner joy, and then you can appreciate the things around you with gratitude and stuff, then you're going to meet a lot of people who are going to say what they want you to hear, so they can mend you and bend you into their truth. You don't have to listen to that, or you don't have to be bound by that at all. Like you can just set boundaries and ask for your guidance. Like, okay, on this new path, I'm going to need more guidance. I'm going to need triple protection, and I'm going to need more guidance for where to go and how to do it. So you just ask your divine source, and then you just ask about like, how can you best set your boundaries? You practice saying no, you practice this, you take your energy back, you create a space there where you can strengthen yourself. It is going to get easier. You are going to overcome the obstacles, is saying here, like the energy with engaging your intuition, when you don't have to rely on the other people. You don't have to lean on them to get the answers. You're relying on your connection, and then you're listening to your intuition wherever your journey takes you, this new path, this new way that you're going to be walking. So you just trust that. And the Chariot is here. That is your car that's going to take you right to wherever destination that you go. When you walk in this kind of energy, you are going to get all the help that you need. And even if it doesn't look that good at some points, you just have faith. That's the main thing. Have 100% faith. Let it fill you up from the inside. Just complete faith that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. Knight of Swords. Taking action on communication And this is also maybe like in the opposite of the intuition. Like the intuition will give you time to respond. The Knight of Swords is kind of like active. You are reacting. And so this could be like on this new path, like, yeah, you have some people who are wanting to sway you. You got your vehicle, you have your idea, you have your plan, you know where you're going. And then perhaps just hold the tongue, be aware for a little bit that there might be people trying to sway you over too. And if you have this energy and you have this going on, then just stay in your energy, so you don't let other people trip you off your path, trip you off what you're trying to do. Consciousness, Ace of Swords. So there's a little bit of a lack of clarity in your part, and so maybe you don't really see it quite clearly yet. What is your new path and how to use your intuition, and what is this consciousness? You might not be able to see it quite yet, but you will. You will. And this is like the clarity and the truth, the enlightenment. And this could also be the people, the impasse, the people trying to hold you from realizing this truth. Because if you realize that truth without their belief system or whatever it is that is going on, then it might cause a problem for other people. But you don't have to worry about them. You just figure out, what is consciousness? What is that? Research it. Do your research. Figure it out. What does it feel like? How could it feel like? And then get the clarity. This is new ideas, expansion, truth out of the blue. And so being open to perhaps just listen in meditation, or just go for a walk and be quiet. Don't think about anything. Just be conscious as you, consciousness, be in your consciousness as you're walking. And that's when often the answers come to you and the explanation. All of a sudden you get a little idea of something, or all of a sudden there's a whole thing that just show you the actions, or it shows you. So it'll show you whatever it is that you pray for when you have space in to listen to it. The Six of Swords is here, which is a level of secrecy. So there's something maybe to just stay quiet about. Maybe this is your plans, this is your new path, this is what you want to do with your life, your purpose, your mission, and all that. Perhaps just keep it quiet. Moving on, this is usually spirit taking you from one place to another, and it's going to keep you safe, taking you from tumultuous times, taking you from something that was upsetting or that wasn't really taking you from something unclear, something that didn't make sense in your life, something that was not making sense, taking you towards the world. This is a completion, the conclusion, karmic lessons that you have already done. And it was also, you cleared karma, and these are the ending of karmic lessons. So it's coming back in the world card, which is the ending, and then you're going to start over again on a new path. So all this stuff here is the stuff that is probably currently in your energy, or could be the impasse. It's like something is not allowing you to reach the Ten of Pentacles, which is the marriage, the financial security, family, wealth, community established. Confusion, the moon, hidden truth, deception and fear, illusions, intuition, emotional mystery. There is something going on here with illusions and mysteries and all that stuff. And the Hierophant, higher learning, religion, spiritual guidance, tradition, marriage, teacher, advice, education. When you learn about these things, when you walk the path that you're walking on, when you walk your own authentic path, you become a teacher for all the other ones who are still bottled up in the matrix, in the world, all on autopilot from whatever is luring them out. It's autopilot to the next thing that's going to make you happy. When you're trapped in that world, then it's going to be completely different. This new path, and just focus on your own path. Don't worry about the other ones. The other people, they have their own path. This is when you are doing these things, you're going to get the hidden meanings of things. Maybe you're even rephrase, what is your Ten of Pentacles? What does it mean to you? It doesn't necessarily have to be the kids and the marriage and the car and the home. Is that your 10 of Pentacles? Or is that just the 10 of Pentacles that you always was told that this is the 10 of Pentacles, this is it, this is the best thing you can have in your life? And maybe you were just told that always, so you always thought that for you that would be true too, but it doesn't necessarily have to be true for you. You might have a different purpose, you might have a different path, and that's okay. Intuition is here, consciousness, a new path. You clear the karma and your soul is leading you to new experiences. And even if it's not clear yet with the moon here too, it's not clear yet, just continue moving forwards and the path will reveal itself. And you are going to probably be a teacher of these things when you start walking the walk. Now you already are a teacher for other people, the ones who are sitting on the sidelines, not able to see yet. So you're opening the eyes of other people. And on this planet today, that is a beautiful thing to do. That is a beautiful way to spend your life here on the planet, to build yourself up so you can open the eyes of others, so that more people can find freedom, joy, and happiness while they are here on this planet Earth. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, you enter, it's the law of attraction. You enter a new segment anytime your intentions change. So your intentions, what is your intention? What's the intention behind it? When your intentions change, if you are washing dishes and the telephone rings, you enter a new segment. When you get into your vehicle, you enter a new segment. When another person walks into the room, you enter a new segment. If you will take the time to get your thought of expectation started even before you are inside of your new segment, you will be able to set the tone of the segment more specifically than if you walk into the segment and begin to observe it as it already is. So before any time you go into a car, you talk about things, anytime you do any of these things, then set your intention beforehand is the message. When you set your intention beforehand for it, then it will produce it instead of observing it as it is. When you go in there, you have your intention, and you do that for every segment. Now you're going to build positive expectations for whatever it is that you're doing. And being present in a moment, you're going to be a very powerful human being walking around on planet Earth. And we need so many of those. So keep on with the good work. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, it loves, and it respects the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.